So the IRS mortgage tax forgiveness is still on hold. There's discussion of within the Senate House of extending the Mortgage Debt Forgiveness Relief Act through 2014 for sellers who have part of their mortgage debt forgiven in a short sale or foreclosure. It's not assured. They're still going back and forth about it. Obviously, the real estate community wants to extend that again because there's a lot of people that it's going to affect that weren't able to get short sales closed. And there's a lot of people now choosing not to short sell, to either just let the bank, just let the house go but I wanted to talk to John real quick. There's a lot of people that over the last few years have done a short sale or gone through a foreclosure that are able to buy a home again and qualify for a mortgage, and it's a segment of the market I think consumers aren't aware of, that they missed the boat on.
Absolutely. Pretty much what I would suggest is if you had a short sale or a foreclosure is, to go ahead and talk to a loan officer and, relay your specific situation.
Talk to a loan officer at FBC.
Well, an FBC, that's kind of a given, right? I would hope. But seriously, I mean, one of the things, I'll just kind of throw this out there on FHA, if you weren't late on your mortgage payment at the time you short sold, which, isn't always the case, it's rare, but we do see them occasionally, there's no waiting period.
And VA is the same way. VA
Right.
doesn't have any required waiting period. And again, I think that's crucial because, MacDill Air Force Base, one of the largest employers in Tampa Bay, we've got a lot of soldiers that PCS from MacDill somewhere else and get moved. And in those scenarios, those people, if they do a short sale on a property, because most of the lenders and servicers and investors on the mortgages will allow someone in the VA position to do it without being late. But even if they are, most of the time they can qualify again pretty much very quickly compared to waiting.
Right.
So that's another segment of the population that really needs to pay attention to this. That if you had to do a short sale because you got sent somewhere else, or let's say you got PCS to MacDill, and you short sold a home from Fort Hood or from Pendleton or some other military base, then you might be able to buy again right now, and you don't know it.
Right. So like I said, talk to an FBC mortgage loan officer.
But the VA one is something that's crucial. Yeah. But even the traditional conventional mortgages, short sale a few years ago, you did a short sale a few years ago, if you've cleaned your credit up, if you've done all the right things over that 2-year period, let's say that the big albatross was the house,
right.
and everything else looks good, you're in a pretty good position where you may be able to qualify again. Like I told you, I have family members up north that ran into financial problems and did short sales, and now 3 years later, they're out qualifying for a regular mortgage with, and when we talk about this, we're not talking about a mortgage with some bloated, enormous interest rate. I mean, we're talking about prevailing rates and fees here.
Right, standard mortgage, there's really no add-on for that. They are going to look at credit score,
right?
Obviously.
So your credit score, if it's improved enough, you can go out and buy a home again. So why, so really think about that. If you're in one of those positions, you may be able to buy a home again, and I think that's a great opportunity.